Donc, maintenant, c'est le tour de monsieur ou docteur Zatla Ilyes de l'Université de Tlemcen pour nous faire une communication sur la COVID-19.
Oui, salam,
Allez-y,
professeur.
monsieur. Allez-y.
Oui, merci. Donc, salam, je vais partager l'écran.
Allez-y, oui, on vous entend. Donc.
Oui, je vais partager l'écran. Juste une seconde.
Ah, très bien.
Oui, donc voilà. Donc, salam, bonjour à tous. Je vais parler en anglais. Ilyas Atla here from University of Tlemcen, PhD student of Microbiology. And today we are presenting an investigation on the COVID-19 pandemic, health, infection, and vaccination. Everyone has heard of the novel coronavirus SARS-CoV-2 that affects both sexes and every age group with its highly pathogenic COVID-19 disease that resulted in a worldwide pandemic. And today, we still do not have a definitive treatment, but a variety of vaccines. And the objective of our study was to assess the gravity of the situation and see how people react in front of a healthcare crisis. And for that, we created a survey, an online survey that was launched on social media in the summer of 2021. It was open to everyone, and that was collected in a period of 3 months and analyzed with SPSS. For the results, we had 516 participants, more females than males with 60.2 females and 38.8 males. And this backs up large studies that report that females tend to respond at higher rates for these surveys, either online or on paper surveys. We also had a variety of age groups, but the most dominant ones were the 20-30 or the 30-40 age groups, and this is logical since those are the age groups that are more active on social media. For the place of residency, we had 78.9% of them that had urban residency and 21.1% that were on rural ones. Again, this is due to higher access to internet and connection for urban cities. Again, for our respondents, 27.7% of them were overweight, and 21.1% had chronic diseases like diabetes or asthma. For the knowledge part, so. We found that from our survey, 93.6% of our respondents do believe in the COVID-19 virus. They do acknowledge the virus, they do acknowledge its disease and its severity. We want to see about what they think of the nature of this virus, and 35.3% of them they chose that it is a natural virus that comes from natural selection, but 22.6% of them say that it's a lab-made virus, and they do follow those rumors and conspiracy theories. But we have to note that the nature of the virus at this stage of the pandemic is not really that important, because we have to stand against its disease instead of thinking of these or of those rumors. For the hygienic procedures, from our survey, we found that participants, 78.3% of them did follow those hygienic procedures, like wearing a face mask, social distancing, or applying the hydroalcoholic gel more frequently. 44% of them said they follow these hygienic procedures at every wave or at every peak, but not or occasionally, but not frequently. But sadly, 16.9% of them did not follow any of these hygienic procedures since the start of the pandemic. And you have to know that these protective measures or these hygienic procedures are really important in the health system capacity to contain the virus and to stop or reduce the viral propagation and transmission of this virus. For the infection part, we found that more of 30% of them, of our participants, did confirm the infection with either a PCR test or an antigenic test, and the big majority had mild symptoms like fever-like symptoms or loss of smell and taste, headaches, muscle aches. Others had more severe symptoms like severe respiratory disease or hepatocyte failure, and others. And from those that were affected and did confirm the infections, almost 50% of them did complain from post-infection lesions like consistent fatigue, dyspnea. Others did catch diabetes or had cardiovascular complications. And we still do not know a lot about the post-infection lesions. That's why the protective measures are really important. For the treatment and vaccination part, we found that from the infected individuals, 62.1% of them did take some prescribed medicine like antibiotics, like azithromycin, chloroquine, or like vitamin C, vitamin D, or zinc. And we have to say that vitamins or zinc play a great role in inducing a great response, immunity response. But the antibiotics do not act on the viral infection itself, but more to reduce the symptoms and, of course, to avoid bacterial secondary infection. And from the whole participants, 68.9% of them, we found that they use natural medicines like natural herbs or infusions, either in a preventive or a curative way. Hopefully, for this COVID-19 pandemic, there was the realization of a variety of vaccines with different corporations. The different vaccines were safe, effective, and accessible to everyone. And for our survey partakers, 40.7% of them did get COVID-19 vaccines. 32.6% of them said they would get it in future times, not at the right moment. But 36.8% of them completely refused the COVID-19 vaccines, and it is only due to rumors on social media that a vaccine would kill you after 2 years or would cause complications, long-term complications. To conclude, we say that the virus is here, the disease is here. We have to stay vigilant against the infection at all times and not just to wait for the peak or another wave. We have to stay safe, stay protected for the sake of ourselves and the health care members, and of course to vaccinate to avoid the rise of other severe variants. And that's it. I thank you for your attention.
Merci, or thank you. Donc,
Thank you.
nous avons terminé les 3